Great Pyramid. So this is also a private visit. Also on day one, Great Sphinx, sunrise, private visit, sunset. We have the Great Pyramid. Now, not unusual to have a private visit at the Great Pyramid, but unusual to do it at sunset and unusual to do it on the same day as the Great Sphinx. So this is going to be a power day of note, and it is definitely supposed to be that way for very, very important reasons for this particular group. So as we go into the Great Sphinx and we kind of like open up the libraries, then we are ready to go into the second portal, because that is what the Great Pyramid is all about. When you well, back in the day, in the ancient times, you would have two obelisks that sat there, okay, because it was a receiver and transmitter. Well, still is, but we will go to the side of the pyramids where you'll see all the black stone where the obelisks once were. And when you sit and meditate there, you can still feel the energy. There is, I think it's around this side. I'm not quite sure what angle this picture's taken at, but yeah, it's round the side. It's very, very powerful. So we have these two obelisks, which don't stand any longer, but they receive and transmit. Now, you are also a receiver and transmitter. This is very powerful, this medicine that we connect with the Great Pyramid. There is so much that the Great Pyramid offers you, because she's also a portal, or he, depends on which he comes through to you as. It's also a portal, okay? So, but the primary purpose of the Great Pyramid was where the initiates went there towards the end of their initiations. There was about two or three initiations beyond the Great Pyramid, but this particular test would be when you go to the King's Chamber, you lie in the sarcophagus, they put the lid on, and you learn how to drop the body, travel off into the ethers, and then come all the way, receive the information, the codes, travel in your Merkaba, come back in to the great sarcophagus in the Great Pyramid, and then, you know, re-embody. You know, that's actually what we can do, and essentially it's what we do when we journey, but just not as high energy. So that is one of the initiations in the Great Pyramid. Now, chanting and sounding in the Great Pyramid was very, like, it was part of it, because when you chant and sound in there, you have the chamber down underneath, which we'll be going into, long tunnel that goes underground. You have one in the middle, and you have one at the top, okay, which is the King's Chamber. Queen's Chamber's in the middle. So I have been in past visits there where we've chanted at the bottom, people are chanting here at the top, and the whole pyramid vibrates, and you can just feel the energy. So that's kind of how a lot of the energy came alive. There is still a lot of power in the Great Pyramid. Some of it is misaligned, but for all these groups and people going to Egypt in this time, they're bringing the Great Pyramid back online. This is what all us light workers have been doing with our grid work, going back to sacred sites to reactivate the Kundalini energy. And this is one of those power points. Okay. So now the Great Pyramid, as far as like medicine goes, like, you know, what does it represent to us as conscious creators and how we're working on this tour? Each stone being, stone temple, whatever you want to call it, power portal, I bring the medicine and the magic out so it's relevant for you to work with it in a very tangible way to build what it is that you've come here to build, to be able to complete your mission. So if you've wanted to do an eco village or something really big in your conscious creations, you know, we work with the power of the temples in a very practical way, as well as the stars. But I mean, look at the Great Pyramid. It's been standing there for thousands and thousands of years. I do believe it was there way before Egypt. And there's a reason why these temples still stand, because they were supposed to stand so we could remember. Like I've said before, you've left codes in these temples for you to remind your soul to remember all of this information so you can come online now. So there's specific things that you've left in the Great Pyramid, specific things you've left in the temples, different to me. We all have different tablets of light. Tablets of light are information which is untapped tablets of light. You are a tablet of light. So when we unlock these tablets of light, we unlock as well, you know? So that's why we go to the temples and we work in this modern mystery school way, okay? So now the Great Pyramid will bring you the medicine of building strong, structural, sacred architectural kind of like creations, which are so solid that they last this long. You know, you want things with like strong roots and everything like that. And it will also remind you, the Great Pyramid will bring you the medicine of like, don't forget to hand it over, to be able to be a receiver and transmitter. Don't do all the heavy lifting yourself, because that wasn't how the pyramids were built. It was done with the star beings, the Lyrans, you know, the Ra contact. So many star beings were involved in building these pyramids. And, you know, it was a co-creation. So this is where we meet spirit at the 50-yard line in our hearts, and we work together. You don't do all the hard work because it's not meant to be like that. So it also reminds you, the Great Pyramid reminds you how to create something, okay? And also as well, it's oneness wisdom. So it gives you a sense of oneness, okay? And completion energy as well. Last time I went there on my own private visit, I felt a lot of energy where it had like, it helped me round off a lot of things. And it had like a really soothing energy of just feeling fulfilled and like it is done. And now that was just my own experience. You're going to go into the pyramid, you're going to find stuff within you, which is away from the textbook stuff. So what I say to you is like, have what I share with you, absolutely. Read in the books and everything like that. But when you go there, it's an open mind, open heart, because you are a unique soul being, right? Unique soul design. And there is specific frequencies that are for you only. So if we get too much in our head and we stick with, well, this is what Marie said, you know, this is just my experiences I'm sharing with you. So you go there open-hearted, no expectations, and you will receive exactly what you need to receive. So that is how we're going to be. I mean, there's so much more on the Great Pyramid, but we'll get there. But this is how we're going to work with the Great Pyramid, and she will gift you so much. She really will. So this is the Great Pyramid.